Hi there. First of all, I want to thank Simon. Thank you, Simon. He sent me both circuit boards, this one and this one. And I just have to get to the cassette player, which is now at the end of the cassette. And it's not auto-reversing it anymore for some reason. Anyway, so let's get back to the circuit and to the parts. So Simon sent me this board and Simon sent me this board and these parts. Thank you for that. And I made a circuit here which is inspired by Shango066. He once showed a radio that you can tune on the FM band, and you have, I think, 2 or 3 additional switches here. And then you, for example, tune it on 100 megahertz and leave it on the frequency, and you can push button 1 and suddenly the program changes. You can push button 2 and you get another program, although you have not changed the frequency on the dial. The way they made it is, they use the 100 megahertz FM frequency and they add some amplitude modulated carriers, additional carriers, which carry different radio programs, which you then can hear. Of course, the main carrier frequency will give you good audio quality from the FM station. And the second and third channel, or the alternative channels, will give you only like AM radio quality. But this is okay for voice programs. I have built a circuit here and I'll show you how I am doing it, because on Shango's radios they were doing it with the IF frequency. And I have it like this. I'm having the audio frequency here from the radio. And of course we can listen to that, which would be our first program. I'm broadcasting some music. And then we have the option to add the second program, which is here, which goes to a tuned circuit and then to an AM demodulator. And then we have the second program, which is your word program. I am rebroadcasting an old cassette, which has Knight Rider series on the cassette. I made it simple. I'm using the timer IC for generating my 70 kHz carrier signal. Here is the tuned RF amplifier with the AM modulator, and here is the level which goes to my small transmitter, which is here. This is a small FM transmitter. Here I have a RF choke that filters out the 70 kHz for the second program, this is the first program. It filters out the RF for the first program. So there's no 70 kHz going back into the audio source. And this is like, if you want to call it like that, it could be called mixer. Although it's a little bit different, but you can call it mixer for better understanding. On the receiver side, I have my tuned SANC circuit here. It's tuned to 70 kHz. It filters out the AF, the audio frequency, but allows the 70 kHz to pass. Here is a small RF amp that amplifies the 70 kHz, and here is the demodulator diode, which then goes further to another transistor, which is just an audio amplifier. Here I have an amplified speaker on the side, and let me just show you something. So here is the speaker. If I touch it, you can hear the bass noise eventually. And now I go to the first program, which is music. So this is the first program. As you can hear, it works in very good quality. And now I just add another connection. This is the second program, and now you will only be able to hear the speech and not the music. So as you could hear, you can very clearly hear and understand the Knight Rider episode that I was broadcasting, and you could not hear the music anymore because it's then separated via program 2. This is my version of the dual modulation or double modulated FM transmitter and receiver. This was also used in spyback transmitter back in the 60s or 70s, so they were using like 50 or 100, I don't know exactly, kilohertz FM modulated carrier on a normal frequency, and if you tune it in with your radio, you wouldn't hear anything. But if you have the right receiver, you then can hear the modulation which is hidden on the FM broadcast band on your carrier frequency. I've read in my big spy book. I have a book which is very tight, it's like this size, I mean this thick. And it's about spy transmitters and other stuff, and there I've read that they were using similar technologies back in time when they were using spy transmitters on the FM band to hide the information from others. Okay, this was a video from me about this double carrier FM signal. Best regards, Stefan.